Welcome to Rocks and or Gems. My name is Faith, and this is part 1 of 4 of our rockhounding / family vacation. Me and my husband, we went to St. George to watch a tennis match for our niece, which was amazing fun, but on the way and throughout, we also stopped and did some rock hounding, and he did some fishing. It was a good fun time. Our first day was here in Nevada. We went to Garnet Hill, where we poked around in the hills and found a few specimens and brought home. The white powdery rock is called rhyolite, which the garnets form in spaces in the rhyolite. As you can see, there's different layers and there's some pockets. There's some tiny garnets right in there. We really had a good time. My husband enjoyed breaking many rocks for me so we could see what was inside, as this one had a large pocket of calcite crystals. This one has a tiny garnet right there in the middle. We talked about if we could try to get these to break down in some way to try and get some more of the garnets out. It's something I'll have to look into. I'm not quite sure I'm on a level to know what would dissolve the rhyolite or if it would be safe for inexperienced me. This here has got a nice vein through it that has that one little piece of garnet on the bottom sticking out. This was the largest one that we found. It appears to be whole and not broken. I'll do some close-ups of it later. This little guy was a little bit shattery, but he was still quite large. This one had a couple chunks and they broke in half, obviously, but they were still shiny. There was a tiny one right there. That actually might have another bit in there. So then, I do apologize that this is so shaky. I was trying to get you a close-up view of these cute little garnets. They're very dark and not gem quality by any means, although they are... Oh, I need some practice lining things up. I really do. But he had some real nice edges on him and very shiny. My husband found that one, which, like I said, was the largest one. I think I do show one more bit here in a minute of the garnets and the rhyolite. It's really hard to talk when you don't know what to say, so I usually am really good with rambling on and on, but as this is like take number 7, I'm running out of things to say. Line it up, you can do it. Oh, there we go. This one has a chip in it, but he's still very cute, and I do like how they form in the rocks there. So now, as we get cleaned up, we'll transfer over to the next part of the trip, where we drove to a place near Black Rock in Utah. It wasn't the actual GPS coordinates for Black Rock, although we did stop there, and there was some very nice bits of... Well, the big one up at the top you'll see here we got from the first place we stopped, but then we explored a little further and we were actually able to find the correct place to find the obsidian and the nodules of I think they're like the lava rain or whatever, where they cool in the air. This is some of the host rock or the area rock that melted. It's very smooth, kind of like a shirt or chert or chalcedony, but they're very dark and gray, and you can see how the rocks melted with the heat of the with the volcano, with all the activity that was in the area. So I found them very fascinating, so I collected quite a few specimens. I really do like the texture and the different layers that are in these gray bits. That one that I didn't pick up is very smooth. This one is also very smooth. It has no melting in it, but they are very pretty. I picked out my favorites and set them aside. These here are the lumpy mahogany obsidians that we found. You can see the different streaks of brown throughout. I threw them in my tumbler, so I'm hoping they will be so beautiful when they come out. I found out that I started the tumble wrong, so tomorrow I'm gonna hope it's not all shattered into pieces and switch it over to the right level. This one has a bunch of divots in it. Then we found a few bits of snowflake obsidian. It was very rough and weather worn. I'm hoping when I'm done with the polisher, they'll be nice and shiny, as well as show off all their characteristics. These are the chips that we found throughout the area. They're already broken and shiny and glassy. I found out that obsidian has a hardness of 5, so you do not start obsidian on stage 1, you start it on stage 2. But I am going to let it go for a day to try to get the rough edges off. Hopefully I don't just shatter everything and make a mess of it, but we'll see. We'll find out. Learn. Live and learn, live and learn. I really like the dimples in the rocks. They bring me much joy. I'm a texture person. I like different textures, so dimples and swirls and all that different stuff really makes me happy. And like I said, I did take over half of this and throw it into my larger tumbler and started it, which is my first official batch that I have tumbled. First official batch, because I was scared to tumble it because I didn't want to break it, and then I might break it anyways. Well, we'll see how that turns out, and in a few weeks I will show you how all that turns out. Tomorrow, before I start part 2, I'm going to change it out and get it to the right one and actually put in the little porcelain chips that it suggests. So now I'm going to have a photo of the best ones. Thank you for joining us. If you like what you see, check back for the next video for day 2. We found some really amazing stuff throughout the trip. So thank you for joining me. And please, if you like what you see, subscribe, like, share. I would really like to do this more and share in my discoveries and my finds.